that place. Even your emotion had an echo in so much space. And when you out there without care, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know, no. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. And I hope that you're having the time of your life. Think twice. That's my only advice. Oh, who do you think you are? Oh, bless your soul. You think you're in control? I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Just like me. My heroes had the heart.
Hello, everybody. It's a beautiful Thursday morning. I think it's 9:45. Brothers and sisters, tell me in the comments below if you can hear me loud and clear, if this broadcast is coming to you loud and clear right here on Facebook. This is SMLtv. I'm located directly opposite City Market. I'm on the corner of Lucia and Simon. That is Kalusha Bwadia Road and the Simon Mwewa Lane to you. 85, plot 8585, Simon Mwewa Lane, Simoson Building, Suite 1, in case you want to know my coordinates. Brothers and sisters, let's talk about it. Now, before I do that, let's, of course, do the needful. Let's do a few shout outs to you guys. Vachim Fuembe says loud and clear. Good morning. All is well. Live and clear. One man show. Crystal clear, somebody says. Good morning. Crystal clear. Thank you. Precious people, precious people, precious people. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to spend a few moments here on SMLtv. Those are bars. You may not know it. You may not realize it, but I really shouldn't be sitting here. I should be out on the road with Run DMC, NWA, Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg, Dr. Dre and them. You know why? Because I can throw down. That's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke, okay? Guys, let's talk about this very quickly because I personally think, as I always say this to you, these are things that are important for us to discuss. I'm always amused, and this is the shallowness of some people out there. You know, when you begin to talk about these issues, invariably, somebody will always crop up and say, why are you afraid? What are you scared of? I read a comment a few minutes ago saying, no, the enemy's worried. Guys, nobody's scared. Nobody's worried. We are talking about current events, okay? You have to understand that. Because in Zambia, it's very easy to oversimplify an issue. With Zambia, it's very easy to deflect attention from the main issue and you start talking about something else. Why muyopa? That's not the issue. We're discussing a current event. When it happens, we talk about it. Recently, sixth and former President Lungu was asking a reporter not too long ago, do you want me to return to active politics? He was asking the reporter, and the reporter said, no, well, sir, I'm asking you, are you planning on returning to politics? And then he answered his own question. He said, well, I'll think about it. That happened yesterday. We're talking about it today. It's got nothing to do with fear. Because some of you, why mumiopa? We're talking about a current event. Come on, guys. Pull your heads out of the clouds. Start living real politics. Don't live that nonsense you guys are embroiled in. Kuti, wamuyopa. Nobody's fearing anybody. We're simply talking about current events. And when they happen, we talk about them. I want you to get that in your spirit. I need that to sink in your spirit. Let that sizzle in your heart. When it happens, we talk about it. Nobody fears anybody here. When you go to America and you start talking about real politics, nobody there is talking about why Trump mumiopa. Nobody's scared of him. They're just talking about current events. When he makes a statement, he becomes a topic of note. Therefore, he is discussed. No, Zambia. No, mumiopa. For those of you that think like that, you're dwanzi. You're shallow is what it is. Okay, so let's talk about this. Now, let's go all the way back. Let me go back to 2022. Sixth and former President Lungu said, it's a lie. I never want to return to politics. He said this on June the 7th, 2022. Earlier this year, he said, or mid this year, not earlier this year, mid this year, mid-2023, he publicly said, those advising me to return to politics are advising me wrongly. And he made it categorically clear that he had no interest in returning to active politics. Now, let's define active politics. Active politics means you are obviously running again. You are obviously taking a stab at the top seat. Okay, that's what active politics means in this context. And that's how I understand active politics, a desire, an indication to recontest a seat that you formerly occupied. Active politics, that's what that means. And then recently here, the president said he was walking out of the courtroom, and you've seen the video, a female reporter was asking sixth and former President Lungu, as him and his wife left the courthouse, the reporter asked the former president, are you thinking of returning to active politics? And the president said, lady, do you want me to return to active politics? And very quickly, the lady was taken aback a bit. Because she very and I must kudos to the reporter. Tell me in the comments, who is that reporter? Because she did something very smart. Some of you didn't pick it up. She didn't allow herself to be drawn into this web by the sixth president. Basically, what the sixth president was trying to do is to get her to answer yes. And then ultimately his response was going to be, well, I'll think about it. But she didn't say yes. She said, well, I'm asking you. I'm asking you, sir. Let's go through it again. They were walking out of the courthouse. The female reporter was walking with a camera or a phone, a microphone, and she was asking the sixth and former president, are you thinking of returning to politics? Are you thinking of taking another stab at active politics? Sixth and former President Lungu looked at the lady and said, "Do you want me to return to active politics?" Very quickly, she said, "Well, I'm asking you, sir. That's the question I'm asking you." And then he said, "Well, I'll think about it." What he was trying to do was he was trying to solicit the answer yes from her. Had she said yes, he would have said, "Well, I'll think about it." But he said it anyway. Now, this is what is called, this is duplicity by the former head of state. And being someone that has served at the highest level, this is not good. This is terrible. Duplicity. You say one thing, you do something else. Duplicity. Okay? And I think as a former head of state, let your yes be yes and let your no be no. Let your yes be yes, let your no be no. What the sixth and former president is currently doing is that he's teasing not only his constituents, that is to say the people that support him, because I mean, let's face it, there were 1.8 million people that voted for him. So of course he has constituents. Of course he has people that love him. He does have supporters. So what he's doing is that he is teasing his constituents, his supporters. He's teasing them. When we were growing up, there were when I was a teenager, when there's a girl you liked, let's say, for example, there was a girl that you found interesting and that you wanted to get to go out with. In those days, we used to say go out. If you wanted somebody to be your girlfriend, if you were a boy, you asked the girl, "Can I go out with you?" Or "Can you go out with me?" The word out was used as it was like saying, "Can we become boyfriend and girlfriend?" These days, I think that if you say go out, I think they think you literally want to take them out somewhere. When we were kids, if you walked up to a girl and said, "I'd like to go out with you," it means you want that girl to be your girlfriend. Now, in those days, there were certain girls that we used to call them teasers, okay? There were certain girls that were labeled, "Oh, she's a tease." You know what that means? It means she's the type of girl, she won't say yes, she won't say no, she'll give you mixed signals, and you won't know whether or not she wants you or not. Those girls were called teasers. They would tease you. One minute they act like they're interested in you, next minute they ignore you. One minute they're all over you, next minute they're running away from you. Sixth and former President Lungu is teasing his constituents. That is to say, the people that support him. They don't know whether he's coming or going. They don't know if his yes is yes and his no is no. What the sixth and former president is doing is that he's wading in the water. You know what it is to wade? Not wait, wade. You know how you sit on the side of the pool? Your shoes are off, your feet are dangling in the water. That's called wading in the water when you're doing this. You don't know whether you want to jump in and swim or stay on the side of the pool. You are wading in the water. You're undecided. Now, when you are undecided, not only does it send the wrong message, it creates an endless ambiance of uncertainty. Ooh, that's a good one there, boy. God just dropped that in my heart. When you are undecided, you create an endless ambiance of uncertainty, and it confuses everybody. It is an impediment to progress. Because of former President Lungu's teasing, it means the convention can't take place. It means the people that paid their 200,000 kwacha, 9 different candidates on the NPF ticket, who took their hard-earned money, went to the secretariat, threw it on the table, and said, I want my name on that ballot. I want to serve, and I want my name to be considered as presidential candidate in the 2026 elections. Here's 200,000 kwacha. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm serious about this race. What Six and former President Lungu is doing is that he's putting all of that on hold. Why? Because he's teasing. My advice, my admonition to the sixth and former president, and I'll always say it, I'll never shy away from saying it. He served his time. 2 terms he served. The Zambian people gave him that rare opportunity to serve as president of this nation twice. He's been sworn in twice. He ran his race. He did his thing during his time. Now we're in a new dispensation. We are in a new era. A new player has come into town. New ideas, new perspectives, new outlooks, new everything. So how dare you, sir, say that, oh no, it has to be me and nobody else. That is being disingenuous. That is being ungenuine. That is being unselfish. That is being self-centered. That is being self-aggrandizing. That is being unrealistic. There, I said it. It is. It's being unrealistic. And here it is. He's throwing away every good thing that he has right now. Why? Simply because he misses being called Mr. President. And that's all this is about. It's got nothing to do with patriotism. It's got nothing to do with nostalgia. It's got nothing to do with trying to take back what he once had. All it is that he misses being called Mr. President. And for what? For what, sir? No, sir. You need to be in a farm playing with your grandchildren. You have so much money right now, you don't even know what to do with half of it. Every month, you get 80% of the current president's salary. Shingira fi bank. Shangira. Why? Because you deserve it. You served as a head of state of this great nation. You deserve it. All the perks you have at the stage of your life, you are now in the final chapters of your life. You're not a young man anymore. You're not 25. You're not 20. You're not 30 years old. You're in the final chapters of your life. Why would you want to throw all of that away simply because Rafael Haijaka Nakachinda whispers in your ear and says to you, why would you throw away all of that simply because Bowman craziness insane Lusambo whispers in your ear, why would you do that? Why? It doesn't make any sense. So here it is. The bottom line is that, and this is going to drag. This is going to drag. I mean, right now, former and sixth President Edgar Lungu is the quintessential essence of ambiguity. Boom. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. I mean, the sixth president is wallowing in the cesspool of undecisiveness. That's not good. That is an impediment to progress, and people should call him out on it. They should. Don't sit around there and appease him and pander to him and tell him what he wants to hear. Some of you, Makebi Zulu is not going to tell former president the truth. Why? Because all Makebi Zulu is interested in is cha-ching, is the money, honey, is the chapa, umuzulu. So you think Makebi's going to tell the president the truth? No, man. McKebby is going to tell former President Lungu, hey, man, tapari umbiyo ni muevo. Because he knows that the sixth president is going to be, he's going to be embroiled in so many court cases, and guess who's going to be there to help him? McKebby Cha-Ching Money Man Zulu. So it is not in Makebi Zulu's interest to advise the former president, Fidekeni. No, Makebi wants the former president to throw his hat in because he knows that former President Lungu is going to be embroiled in so much litigation, he won't even be able to see up because he'll be drowning in litigation. So Makebi knows that, well, that means more money for me. So, of course, he's not going to advise the president. The only person that can properly, adequately, truthfully advise the former president is Mama Esther Lungu. She's the only voice of reason. Everybody else, everybody's doing it for themselves. When you hear Bowman craziness, insane, Lusambo advise President Lungu, kuti ni muevo fie. What do you think Bowman is saying? He's trying to preserve himself. He's doing it for him. He's not doing it for the president. When you hear Rafael Nagachinda talking to the former president, you think that he loves President Lungu? No, he's doing it for himself. So the only person that is a voice of reason is Mama Esther. She's the only one who can sit him down, as wives do. The wives are the true equalizer. Wives are the only voices of reason. Wives are the only ones that'll slap you into reality. If she sits him down and says, Daddy, I think if you like anything, don't listen to Bamumbi Piri. Bamumbi Piri. And incidentally, I've got a word to say about that. How dare she talks to the former president knowing full well that his wife is standing there, makes it sound as if her voice supersedes the wife of the wife of President Lungu. Let's have some respect, guys. Okay, I mean, politics. Sometimes your politics, it blinds your reasoning. You are completely blind. How do you say such things when you know that the wife is there? She's there, and you act as if your voice supersedes, exceeds, surpasses, overrides the voice of the madam. The madam. No. Brothers and sisters, wake up, smell the coffee, If into that ginger, don't be self-serving. Be patriotic. Something that the average politician knows nothing about. Patriotism, boys and girls. You have to be patriotic. Don't just think of yourselves. Think of this nation and where we're going. You jokers. All righty. Okay. Let's dear. It's a good question here. How much is our current president's salary? I thought he said he won't be drawing a salary once elected as president. I don't know how much the salary is of a current president. Guys, tell me in the comments. Do you know? Any one of you know how much it is? Tell me. Does anybody? Now, guys, be truthful, okay? Don't. I'm not going to post you if you're going to say something ridiculous and misleading. Don't mislead. Don't deliberately mislead people, okay? So tell me in the comments, what is the salary of a current president? I could probably Google that. I could. Somebody says the Super Ken in you is awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bless you. Well, it looks like nobody knows the salary. Danny says 250,000 a month. Is that correct? Is this true? I don't know. It seems to me like this is something I should know, but I don't. I do not know. Maybe if we ask, let's ask, not Chat GPT, Bing. Let's ask Bing. If Bing knows, that is. I mean, I don't know. That's Bing. What is the salary of a Zambian president?
Zambian president salary. According to the web search results, the salary of a Zambian president is not a fixed amount, but depends on the decision of the president himself or herself. The current president, Hakainde Hichilema, has not received a salary since he was elected in August 2021. He says a salary has never been his motivation for seeking public office. However, the previous president, Edgar Lungu, had a monthly salary of 40,653.25 kwacha and a monthly allowance of 10,784.41 kwacha in 2018. This was after he took a 50% pay cut in 2016 and another 15 to 20% pay cut in 2019 to support government austerity measures. The salaries of constitutional office holders are fixed and approved by Parliament, but the president can choose to forego or reduce his or her wages.
Wonfa, that's Bing. So there you have it. I don't think it's 250,000. I think you're wrong there, brother. Somebody says 300,000. I doubt it. Well, hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. God bless. Bye.